Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and now I'm finally bringing in the Storm X. Yeah, I had to wait a while to finally get this at a reasonable price, because this preview hyped item was dropped right before the big Korean holidays, so they flew off the shelves. And of course, as supplies demand, it temporarily went up for the few that still had it. And then the Toy Rock shop announced they'll be restocking Storm X and some other racing track set, which promptly sold out as quick as a Hasbro Pulse exclusive pre-order. But unlike an exclusive pre-order, they were quick to restock it in the next week, and also some more stores finally got a restock. If I waited just a little more, I could have saved about $13 more, but whatever, I pre-ordered it in time for now. So Storm's the biggest, strongest 30-ton truck Carbot, whose box is considerably bigger than his wave mates, of course. Although, yeah, like I was hoping that this would fit in the same shipping case, but I'm gonna have to store this separately. In a similar blue here, but not quite the same blue. All the X's. Top of the box shows the cube pack. Side of the box shows the robot mode and vehicle mode. The back of the box is a big portrait view of the same stock Pentastorm X configuration. The side of the box has all the product info. July of 2020 and a stickered over 2020 May for the separate cube. Bottom of the box is like the same as the top of the box. So that's why, I guess that's why the product information is here. Okay, for a quick unboxing. Instructions just off to the side here. A extra piece of cardboard tape. Guess they're still using the spacey plastic clamshells for the really big toys. Most of the brand new really big toys. I guess Storm's his own trucker now. Looking like a very futuristic truck, a streamlined truck. I don't think it's necessarily the garbage truck anymore, it's just like a big old cargo truck. Some curved futuristic stylings like the curved front and the bumper and the cutout headlights. The side has a unique white tampo printing on here. Some minimalistic lines and such. Yellow lights on the top and here. Although the cockpit is looking rather narrow, especially if you look at the old Hyundai Xcient one. So there, you can see the similarities there. But the top is really spruced up compared to just the completely flat top here, like with the vents and a silver wind vane and also the aforementioned yellow lights. Much more pronounced side windows. So it still has the chrome wheels, except they're spaced differently, like one in the back, two in the middle, and one in the front here, and they still have slightly different front and rear hubcap designs. Actual tail lights this time. The back is the back, but it's looking slightly cleaned up because of those rear lights. I guess the top is quite different. Chrome silver here, although the top here is looking much wider. Obvious clips or details and some extra holes for some extra firepower. So apart from the slightly narrow front, it's looking like a really exceptional upgrade. Yeah, I think I quite like this, reimagining this spruced up thing, just like a truck to a bigger truck. Yeah, I mean, this feels really weighty compared to this. Big old weighty, not 30-ton truck. I would imagine Storm X transforms in a very similar way to the old X, old Storm. Yeah, so the wheels flip out here. The front wheels are the same, but the back ones are quite different since this one actually splits. And when transforming it back, I think you have to make sure that this back wheel goes over this front wheel because of the little tab here, which is a little tricky. Weapon storage right here, so just pop that off. And it also fits in much more tightly as well. Yeah, so get those legs out if you can on those very loud ratchet legs. Those lower ones click and the upper ones just click in two places. Yeah, just ratchet those out. Those are actually on ratchets, unlike the original Storm, which was on a simple hinge. Then these front wheels lock them in, but they don't lock them in because the ratchets can do that on their own. So like Storm, just fold the section back and slightly unhinge this. Fold those wheels down so that they meet each other. Fold those arms and then fold down those. And finally, fold down the feet. Instead of folding them down from the front, they fold down from the back. The original Storm was unarmed, but Storm X comes with its own armament without the Pentastorm. A big old black sword, which disappointingly doesn't have the yellow as shown in the illustration and such. But on the other hand, that means no paint chipping from whacking this thing as kids do. Yeah, so there's a little slot here and it just goes into the 5mm hands and a very big deep cut slot. It's like a 5mm, 8mm double port. And Storm's own included wings, nice impossible fan details by the way, can also be used for defense. So you simply pop these wings off. Yeah, this thing is kind of clipped in there. It's just not sliding in there, clipped in there. I think some kids are definitely going to break that thing. I think there's already a little bit of a stress mark. Yeah, so the best way you can do for unclipping these very tight wings are just basically force it all on this clip here, since it acts like a little fulcrum lever. Yeah, do that and you mostly should be fine. If you try forcing it from the top, yeah, I think you will definitely break it. If you're like a stupidly stubborn kid with brute strength. So yeah, that makes his wide shoulders less wide, but now they clip together. Clip, clip, top to bottom. And the double clip here, it goes right there. Yeah, I think it'll just be really sturdy once it gets on there. Come on. Okay, yes. Yeah, not perfectly even, but it works if you have the strength. Although being a side-mounted shield, it's kind of hard to get into some defensive poses, but it's possible. Or, you know, use them as twin arm blades. I gotta say, Storm X has some heft to him. Very big, broad heft. And compared to Storm here, it looks like his upgrade design aesthetic is just a lot more angles. I think in line with the other Carbots, but I think this one is better. Just lots of polygonical angles instead of circles and circular round pistons and round such. It's all just very flat angles, vertices, facets. Still nicely detailed. Still a little lining, greebling and such. It has a similar color layout like the red, silver, chrome, and yellow. There's a lot less red here though. Yeah, the chrome is dominating here. And I guess his shoulders are more interesting. Paladin shoulders. Arms are looking a little slicker. I guess the wheels folded up on each other gives it a cleaner look. The legs are chrome for chrome and gap for gap. Slightly deeper gaps here, but there's still some detailing in there. Unpainted. The inside of the legs still look good, like the painted vents here, although it looks like Storm's is looking quad grilled, quad vented, and more details on the knee joint. Some nice details there. And I guess the feet are looking more agile. Less red, but more agile, although looking smaller. But it allows more articulation, which I'll get to. The head's not quite the same, but it has a few styling cues, just mostly the yellow sides and the chrome faceplate. But they're not looking pretty similar. Guess I kinda miss Storm's white head and big blue crest. His is just a little flattened with a red central, not so big crest and little silver ears, and painted orange eyes instead of the transparent here. I'm sure you could get some light piping if you could actually get a lamp in there for old Storm, but not for Storm X. Not a complete transplant, but it still has some similarities, so it looks like the previous character. I guess the most nitpicky, unappealing thing of both Storms is just the back kibble. How it just, dangles at an angle here. It doesn't lock in or just mesh with the front or anything. They're just dangling there, like little capies. But under the hood reveals some more back details, not any hollow, unfinished backs. His is looking more mechanical and spiny, but I think the details here also suffice. Articulation. Head is on a ball socket, a pretty tight ball socket, so the side, a little bit of up and down, and a full 360 rotation. I guess you could do a little more subtle posing than Storm's straight swivel. Really nice clickety ratchet shoulders. Arm goes out. Ooh, even an outward shoulder joint at 3 really ratchety clicks. Wasn't expecting that. Bicep swivel and a wrist swivel on a very tight elbow. The elbows are not tight to hold all the weight, but yeah, double articulated arms. So yeah, if you didn't like how he was holding the sword like that, so yeah, there you go. Natural sword posing as far as those short arms on those big shoulders will go. On those very tight ratchets. Waist swivel. Extra mile for waist swivel. About 3 to 4 clicks forward. Completely all the way to the back. Real spreads, really loud spreads. Thigh swivels to which the wheels get out of the way. Really ratchety lower knees. Looks like the upper knees just are single click locked, and they do stay in there. Those are really good locking ratchets. With these double ratchets, they usually don't lock it that well, yeah, but this is going tight. You're not moving that without some force. Forward. Backward, make sure not to hide that double hinge. And an ankle tilt. Ankle tilt that much. Storm X has all the articulation you could ask from a modern War for Cybertron Transformers figure. I say War for Cybertron because they have the extra ankle tilts. But he has the bonus of forward and backward tilt. Still not quite there. With Storm standing out on his own with his new toys, I was hoping he would get a standalone episode for himself before the whole big brand new combination fan service. And now, the main event. Pentastorm Plus X. The upper body transforms in the same way you would with the Pentastorm. So yeah, you can still have that mecha truck look for both Pentastorms. But this one takes the extra step of having an extra chrome grille behind this chrome grille. So it hinges back here and this tucks away neatly. Uniform foot transformation. Panel back, cannons forward, cannons forward. You might want to unlatch this a bit to pop out the little back clicker, the back panel. Unhinge for the back panel. I think the official configuration has Dandy's flaps folded back, but that reveals a lot of junk, so personally, I'll like to keep these closed. So, Pentastorm's foot. Yeah, just click that back in there. And have the feet slot into there. And latch them to the back clips here. And it looks like his feet actually have little clips there. So you just push it in until you hear a click. This is trickier than I thought for something that has less transformations on the foot. Yeah, you just need to put in a little pressure. Front Police X Gauntlet Mode. Watch out for the popping baton there. I guess there are two clips here, which you just simply click into here. And then just wrap them onto the tabs here. Sorta afraid that will clip the chrome. Sky SWAT X Gauntlet Mode. And take these off. Little thumbsies. And that snaps in there. And now Sky SWAT's missile pods go to the side of his hips. Little 5mm holes there. For some hip blasting action. And since Pentastorm X has his own wings now, he doesn't need Dandy's backpack for a big old wing pack. That would just be a little goofy now, it seems. So instead, it goes right on Storm's sword as a little battle axe. I guess Pentastorm X looks like Pentastorm, but combat ready. And he's slightly taller too. I say he looks more combat ready because just looking at all the details. He has hip blasters, laser toes, maybe more intimidating. I mean, not intimidating, more like just bigger kibbly arms. Which, you know, they do have good articulation here, but now that I think about it, turning it this way, it does get a little awkwardly bulky in some poses like this. But it still has a forward movement, but he has sideways elbows, and that wrist, it only goes for the wrist, which is still visible here. Yeah, I said he has 4 arms, he has 4 hands, he's a 4-handed combiner. That's kind of unfortunate. But at least I suppose you could kind of cover it in, but then yeah, he's just curling. And of course, it doesn't allow wrist articulation on the big gauntlet things. Yeah, so not so sure about the arms here. The arms kind of get in the way. Fortunately, you don't have to resort to clipping it in Storm's hands to make an awkward looking thing. So there is a little tab in either of the big hands. So which you just tap it into here. Should fit pretty securely. The finger just rests on there. So now Pentastorm is absolutely armed and battle ready. But as I said, with that bicep, that curling bicep, it might be kind of hard to get into some good poses. And with the waist swivel, he could really go swinging it. This does look like Pentastorm's face, at least, with that silver faceplate and a place for a knot nose. So it looks like Pentastorm with a crown, a big orange energy crown, and the yellow cheeks. Also, noticeably more black, and no gray. But still, yeah, it looks like, yeah, like a really energy-ish toyetic NRG battle helmet or crown to show, I guess, he's gone stronger. And I guess the most axe motif you can see is in this secondary grill here, hidden behind that first grill. A pentagon, a chrome pentagon flanked with vaguely axe-shaped protrusions. So all 5 of them have axe power, whatever that does, and who knows, and increases their power levels by who knows how much. The axe power is really indefinite. I guess he has bigger stompers, laser blasting stompers, and roller skating stompers. They do have slight stopper tabs, but that's not stopping it that much from rolling around. Well, I guess it will stop it from loosely rolling. So yeah, that's it, and I'm a little disappointed they didn't give it an extra ankle tilt or forward or backward. Well, I suppose you could do a little forward, but I'm not sure that's not going to be very stable. Ooh, that's going to be hard to pull out. Also, total hilarity that they're just gonna be, that Dandy and Ace are just gonna be looking at the ground. They're essentially going to be face planted into the ground whenever he walks. Like just literally friendly fire curb stomping. That is absolutely hilarious. I've now relived the experience of collecting a combiner piece by piece over a relatively short 3-month period. But still, it was that experience to get this brand new upgraded fan favorite character. But was there any good reason for them to get an upgrade now? Well, just like literally everything else, it's all a secret. They never tell you because the secret stuff. So we have absolutely no idea why they decided to get an upgrade other than it's cooler to reinvent the character. Nostalgia reinvention. La la la. I guess you could just imagine up a story on how they get upgraded, or why they get upgraded. Up to your imagination. I think the demand hype has settled down a bit, but that doesn't make it any less cheaper to import the whole team. I think you'll be seeing like nearly 300. You know, I would be surprised if they re-released this whole team in a one big box set for like 250. And I would be even more surprised if they released them in exclusive colors, like on all black and gold limited edition. Unlikely, but just entertaining the idea of a gift set. 3 different Pentastorms. Pick at your wallet's peril. Or if you're just watching, then thanks for watching.
And be sure to like and subscribe. So until next time, this is KRBrickBot signing out.